opportunity to understand what's going on in my country and to try to tackle what can be an issue and to find some solutions. But as you know, in Africa, everyone has his own way of thinking, and you don't have to be so critics. And when you're so critics, it may happen some things. And so this is who I am.
We're off?
Yeah, they cut.
Yeah, these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
These things happen. Good afternoon and welcome to today's show. My name is Trony Ingati and we are coming to you from Ayola TV. With me in studio is Ewing Ahmed Salumu, a journalist from the Congo who now lives here in The Hague in the Netherlands. And we will be discussing why is the DRC Congo the way it is. So should you have any questions, please do feel free to send us all of them at our different handles, our Twitter handle, Instagram, even at YouTube, and let us engage. But to you, Ewing, tell us more about your entire journey. What made you become a journalist? Or what's your quest?
Thank you, Trony, for inviting me here at the Ayola TV. I'm so happy to be here and to share about my Congo, as you said in your introduction. As you said, yes, my name is Ewing Ahmed Salumu, and I'm coming from Congo. I was born there and grew up there, and I came here as a journalist. I came as a reporter, and I was just reporting from the International Criminal Court, ICC, in the trial against warlord as Lubanga. I was there for the Bemba trial, which just leave the prison. So, Ewing Ahmed Salumu, I was journalist in Congo. I was reporting for many, first for the national radio television, when I had some show at the radio and television, and then I went to the radio of United Nations, and that is Radio Copy, and then after that I went to a communication team in an outreach in a fight against HIV/AIDS in Congo, in East Congo, And at the end of the time, I faced only consequences of what was going on the ground with the war. So I decided to go to solicit a work at the Search for Common Ground, Centre Locale in Congo, where I was as an assistant reporter. And Search for Common Ground is specialized in conflict transformation. So I get the opportunity to go on the ground, to talk to normal people and to talk to authorities in the Congo, not only in one city, but around Congo, traveling every day around the country. So it was a huge work, and I loved it so much.
Well, when you have a look at the Congo, it's vast, it's green, it's huge, and they say it's big. But when I talk to the Congolese, they say it's small. Could you tell us more about how it is geographically? How does it look like for you? Does it feel small or large?
No, Congo is so big. It's more than 2 million kilometers. And then if you take also Europe and the West Europe, so you have all this in one country. You take Belgium, it's 85, the surface of the Congo.
Yeah.
If we talk about Netherlands, is 56 times the Congo. So you see, it's so big, and no, it's not small. But you can have two categories of people coming from Congo. You have people coming from the west and people coming from the east. So it's all these things, but Congo is so big, it's so huge.
When we talk about the Bakongo people, who are the Bakongo? Who are the native Bakongo?
We have more than 400 tribes in Congo.
Wow.
400, and we have more than 200 languages. So the real Congo, the real Bakongo are pygmies. They're the first one who were there in Congo. And then the Bakongo is just tribes that you find them in a West Congo. It was just an empire. They was just doing things, handle with Portuguese. But then came other groups. So if we go in the history of Africa, we all came from Chad, from Lake Chad. So we go down. So all those people are in the category of people that we call them the Bantu. So the Bakongo, Arab, the Bantu. It's
vast.
It's vast. It's big. I don't know.
And I often hear people saying Congo and the DRC, Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Could you give me the correct definition to always address this country?
You have two Congos. The first one is was for the Belgium Congo. That's what Norman Fry would say. It's Congo Belge. And then you have the other that was for France, that created with Savourien de Brazza. That's where you have the capital as Congo Brazzaville. This Brazza comes from the Congo, and it is Savourien de Brazza, Brazzaville. So we have a Congo River in the middle. There's the separation between these two countries. So from the west you have the Congo Brazzaville, and from the east you have the Congo Kinshasa of DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh wow, it's quite interesting there. When we talk about the current state of affairs and look at it politically, is it strong?
Politically, we have a problem. We have been in war for more than 20 years. From 1996 began the war in Congo until today. We are in war. Politically, we are unstable. We do not have stability in the country. Corruption, bad governance, all things are there. We are the country that call it as a capital of rape in the world. But when you talk about instability in Congo, try to think about technology today.
Yeah.
So you have to link these two things, technology with war in Congo. You have a good laptop.
Yes.
This, you use all the nanotechnology inside.
Absolutely.
You will never get this if you don't have a time to go in Congo, because there you have a 60 to 80% of the reserve of what we call coltan, the tea, the Colombo tantalite. 80% of the world reserve is in Congo. You are talking today about the electric cars.
Yes, the
Tesla. You have this, you have the cobalt from Congo, and we have 60% of the world reserve. So it means all the technology of today, you will never have it without Congo. If you have a good smartphone, we are now doing everything, Snapchat, Instagram and everything. You get it because you have Congo. We have all materials that help people to build this, the new technology, the technology of the future. You will never have this without Congo. And that's why we have to stay in instability. We have to stay in war.
So my biggest question is this: would you say and I don't want you to say it with me, but I would like you to, you know, lean us to the right direction, that there must be a hand, either you could call it the elite, you could call it some invisible arm that has never left the Congo.
From the independence until today, we talk about independence, but we have to say that we do not have the independence. Because after the independence, just 18 days after, began the situation, began the first situation of war in Congo. That's, we lose one big figure at this time, that was Lumumba.
Yeah.
And after that, until today, we are just in a situation of war. And then the international community bring Mobutu on the power. And this was just a dictatorship for more than 32 years. And from there came Kabila. And with him, it was just a situation of war. But we are again in dictatorship with Kabila, the young junior. So we always sit in this situation. So I don't know how I can answer to your question, but the situation is clear. We will stay in instability because we have people around with a big, long arm that are playing with people. This is what we see.
Ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you're watching from, we are going to take a short break. And when we come back discussing My Congo, the open chapters, we shall be delving into the issue of what can we do to salvage the Congo. Don't go away.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Action.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's show, My Congo Open Chapters. I am here in studio with journalist Ewing Ahmed. And I keep laughing because every time we come on show, I give him a different entrance. Either I play around with the Salumu or the Ahmed. But, and I call him Ewing. He is Ewing. But still delving into the issues of the DRC Congo. You have pointed to us that the DRC Congo is rich. It has got vast minerals. It has got wonderful people. It's the bulk and the source of life itself, from when we call it the rainforest, and it feeds the world. But how do we mobilize the masses back at home, back at the DRC Congo, for every person from the grassroots to know that I, as an individual, I'm able to say, this is what I want for my country, and I want to see better done in terms of leadership?
Yes, this is a good question. The good question. And what can we do? It's so complex because Congo is so complex. And as I said before, we have two categories of people. People coming from the West and people coming from the East.
Right.
We do not have the same way of thinking. We do not have the same way of seeing and looking at the things, at the situation, at the politics in Congo. And when you say about what are we going to do there, we have to go back in the history. We try to understand what happened with Mobutu, how he left the power, and who came back after him. And then you go in the difference between people coming from the East and from the West. Then you can try to understand how people are thinking. For example, we have what we call combattants. Most of those people most of them coming from the West, and they have their own way of thinking. And then when you do not think as they ask you or they want you to think, they can directly put you an etiquette of the label. This is a Rwandese, of this is. They will give you an etiquette. And when you come from the East, we are the first victims of war in Congo. We have lost too many people. Everyone in West Congo you just have the opportunity. It's not an opportunity, it's a bad situation that you lost someone in your family. It can be a friend, it can be a brother, a father, a mother, uncle, aunt. You have lost someone. So when you try to bring all those people together, it's always difficult because the way of thinking. And this is a big issue for us as Congolese. But instead of this separation, of these differences, people are fighting. Coming from the West, people are always fight to see a change in Congo. Coming from East, we and other people are fighting to see change in Congo. What we need is only one need: change to all Congo. We want to see a new life in Congo. We want to see a new way of living. If everyone can get a salary at the end of the month, if everyone can send a child to school without asking himself, okay, do I have this opportunity to pay the school fees? This is what we need.
Ewing, are you happy with the current president of the Democratic Republic of Congo?
I'm not happy with him because when he came into power, that was 2001. We are now today in 2018, but he do not give a sign that he will leave power. It's a big issue. He just do some change in the army, giving people who are on the sanction, American sanction, he give them power. There are always bad people. In a way, we can see them as bad people in the army.
Yeah.
we see what's going in administration. So I do not see some change. So I'm not happy with him.
What about the people around him?
People around him.
Who are his advisors? You might not be obliged to tell us by name who they are, but what kind of standing do they have? Are they visionary? Are they helping him come up with a better Congo?
Look, you know that politics is power in Africa, and from our culture, African culture, we know that if someone has power, he knows that he has everything. And when you're on the power, you don't want another one to change you. You would like to stay there. So all the advisors around Kabila would like to see him staying on the power. You have the ex-politician of Mobutu. We have all those rebels who are now advisors of the president. So all those guys would like to change. No, what they need is only one thing: to stay on the power. So would they ask him to stay on the power? We know that on the 23 December, we are expecting to have election, but we are not sure that we will get this elections.
Yeah.
So the problem is, normally we should have this election in 2016. We are now in 2018, but we do not have a sign that we will go to the election. So I'm not happy, and I will never be happy on him. But if he give us a sense that things will change, yes, we see how they are preparing election. But as I see how things are going on the ground, I will only use one term that we use in American way of communication: the gerrymandering. This is what will happen in the election in Congo. They are just changing things in a way that he or someone who will replace him will win the election.
Where are the youth in all of this? What are they doing? Are they thinking politics?
Youth are in the politics, but youth are manipulated. I can show you that we have more than 40 million of youth between the age of 15 to 35. This is this group of people was born in war and grew up in war. But all those people are manipulated. Everyone is going around one politician. But we know it can be people who are on the power or people are in the opposition. All those people one day were just rolling the country together. But today they are in the opposition. So we have to get a new generation of politicians now. And the young will now fight to be the first one to lead this change. If we need a change, I can ask to all those people, to all those 40 million people, to take the advantage to go directly in the politics and to change things. Because if you go to the out politician, no, we cannot expect something from them. What they need is only one thing: to be rich for them, for their family, for their children, and for the rest. They say, no, everything is good. When politicians in Congo say to you, it's okay, everything is good in a country, this now means that everyone in Congo is good, but I'm good with my family. This is what they are saying. This is the message. So my message to this young generation is: stand up. Go direct in the politics. Don't follow one politician, but follow your heart. Follow your ideal and change things on the ground.
And now we're here, happy, sitting in The Hague, in the Netherlands. We're not fighting. How would you base the role of the Congolese diaspora?
Yeah, this is what I said before.
At least in the Netherlands, if not Europe.
In the Netherlands,
are they active on ground?
We know that we have more NGOs, we have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we have all those NGOs are working directly on the ground, empowering organizations, civil society. So if we as the diaspora are not close to them, they will do things. And I know how we can help to change things on the ground, because I know the bad role of the diaspora. When it came, for example, of hate, we are sending hate from here. So if you go there, change things, and you don't change people here, they will bring hate together. Look Burundian, look Rwandese, look Congolese. We are acting as the same. So we as the diaspora, we have to come together as one voice and send one message. A message of hope and not a message of hate. So what we are doing now is just sending more hate.
To fund the fire. Confrontation.
We are just setting fire on. What I can ask people in the diaspora is to come together and bring hope than confrontation.
Ewing, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for gracing the show.
Thank you too much.
To you viewers back at home, please do stay tuned and join us for another session of My Congo, the Open Chapters. Goodbye.